What's good, y'all? It's that boy, Easy Millions, and I'm your host of That Boy ETV. You already know, man, we are back on Marvel Rivals, and here we are with another character breakdown, and as you can see in the background, it's for that girl, Magik, baby. So let's get right into this. And again, we're talking about Magik. She is a DPS duelist with a base health of 250 and a movement speed of 6 meters a second, man. Now, Magik is a powerful melee duelist. She relies on going into the enemy team, dealing damage, and getting out. Magik has a low health pool, which makes her squishy, and you might find yourself dying fast because of this. However, thanks to her passive, Magik can convert some of the damage she deals into bonus health, man. So although you have low health, you can stay in the fight for a bit longer than some other duelists. When it comes to her playstyle, Magik is a mobile melee character that waits for the right time to dash in with either her stepping disc or umbral incursion abilities. After which she just needs to swing her sword around to deal damage. Ability-wise, she is not hard to play. However, what makes or breaks a good Magik player is your judgment to know when to go in and when to use your ultimate. Magik's ultimate is a powerful tool that lets Magik transform into a demon, greatly enhancing almost all of her skills. Using this ability in team fights will help you obliterate the enemy team in no time, man. Now, Magik is that dive DPS outside of probably Spider-Man will be the most annoying one you have to deal with. And the reason why I say this is because when we get to her passive, this girl here, if she's getting off, she's going to really do a lot of damage to your team and be highly annoying and very hard to actually kill. But as far as flankers go, if you like being a flanker in the game, Magik is someone you definitely going to want to start to look at here, as she's one of the few that have good survivability as long as you're doing damage. So, speaking of that, let's go ahead and get right into her passive, which I believe is probably one of the best in the game, that being called Limbo's Might. And with this, you convert damage inflicted on enemies into bonus health to herself. With the conversion rate on this will be 30%. The bonus max health would be 150, and the energy cost special effect is you convert damage taken into bonus health, man. Now, as you can see here, when you're dealing damage, you will actually gain health from this, and you can actually become pretty beefy yourself. I've seen anywhere between, I think, 400 to 500 health with her. So again, if you're out there getting damage with her, with this passive, you can be able to not only keep yourself alive, but you'll basically be like a mini tank out there with all the bonus health you're acquiring if you're constantly laying out damage. So just make sure as you're flanking, you are making sure to put out as much damage as possible to initiate this passive as often as possible, man. Trust me, it will be definitely worth it, man. Now, usually we go over the ults last, but we're going to have to go over her ultimate first, as it will go with the rest of her abilities. So, we're going to go over her ultimate right now, which would be called Dark Child. And with this, you transform into Dark Child, gaining enhancements to all her abilities. This is a transformation that lasts 12 seconds. The energy cost is 3,700. And the special effect is when in Dark Child state, all of Magik's abilities are enhanced. Now, as you can see, when you pop your ult here, you will transform into Dark Child. And as Dark Child, you will have different abilities or enhancements on your abilities that you have normally. Be aware, though, when you make this transformation, you get no bonus health and no defensive reductions to your character. So you get no damage reductions and you get no bonus health. So you can't just transform out in the open, or you'll be hurting yourself in the long run. But remember, this here is going to enhance all of her attacks as we continue to go through with her. So first off, we're going to go and start with her normal attack, and that's going to be called Soul Sword. And with this, you slash forward with the Soul Sword. This is a melee casting. The damage will be 65. The maximum distance is 6.5 meters. The damage fall off is the fall off begins at 4.5 meters, decreasing to 50% at 6.5 meters. And the attack interval is 0.83 seconds per hit, man. Now, as you can see, when you're in your normal form here and you're swinging around, it'll take you about 4 swings to kill your basic 275, 250 heroes. Now, in my opinion, this melee attack is not bad as it takes big, nice little chunks of damage every time you hit. So again, just make sure that you are swinging and actually hitting with this. Now, this same attack when you are in Dark Child form, when you swing, you will actually get multiple hits on this. And you actually knock it down from 4 swings to only needing 3 swings to kill the 275, 250 hero. So when you're in Dark Child form and you're swinging, you will get more damage out of this, and it actually hits multiple times. So again, when you're in Dark Child form, you'll do more damage, and you only need 3 swings compared to your 4 swings. Now, whether you're in Dark Child or you're in normal form, I think her basic attack is very, very good and is very useful. You get a lot of kills with this, and again, when you're going after those backline healers and things of that nature, you'll be shredding their health with your melee attacks, man. Now, the next ability we talk about will be called Umbral Incursion, and with this, you dash forward and launch up enemies. This is a movement-based damage ability. The average speed will be 46 meters a second. The maximum distance is 16 meters. The upward slash damage will be 85. And the cooldown is 8 seconds, man. Now, as you can see, when you pop this ability in your normal state, you will dash forward, pop the enemy in the air, and you will actually jump up in the air with them. Now, make sure when you do this ability and you pop the dash, do not hold forward and just let the dash move you forward. The reason for this, if you're holding forward when you do the dash, after you pop them up in the air, you will move Magik out of position to actually attack your enemy. So just know, once you dash, let the game take control, dash you up, pop you in the air, and all you have to do is hit the attack button, because it'll put you right in position to get the attack off. So just make sure you're not holding forward when you do this. Now, when you use this same ability in Dark Child form, instead of you will both dash forward, but instead of you popping up in the air, you will just slice and pop the enemy up in the air and fling them backwards. So it's more of a CC property on Dark Child than it is with your normal one, as here you won't really get a follow-up as you're kind of pushing them back up and back and flinging them away from you. And this does more damage as usual. So again, this here is more for finishing blows and probably like pushing people off of points. Now, we got to get on to her next ability here, which would be called Magic Slash. With this, you strike forward with an air slash. This is a charged projectile that travels in a straight trajectory. The maximum charge time is 2. The projectile speed will be 80 meters a second. The damage will be 45 to 90. The maximum damage is achieved after 1.8 seconds of charging. And the cooldown will be 6 seconds, man. Now, as you can see, when you're in basic form, if you just tap the ability, you will send out basic slashes. And when you're just tapping it, it'll take about 5 slashes to kill the 275, 250 heroes. Now, you can also charge this here, which will put out a lot more damage. And when you do this, you will only need 3 fully charged attacks in order to go ahead and kill those 275, 250 heroes, man. Now, this ability here is very good, in my opinion, but in the Dark Child form, when you use this, you will go ahead and tap it. You will see again that you will just get the enhanced version, which does a lot more damage. And with this, you will only need 3 basic slashes of the attack in Dark Child form, or 2 fully charged attacks in the Dark Child form in order to go ahead and kill the 275, 250 heroes. Now, all in all, this is a really good ability for her, as it does give you a projectile. Any melee character that you know, they must have some type of projectile just to keep them in line with everybody else, as it is kind of hard to pin down and get in close on people from time to time. So again, whether you're on Dark Child form or regular form, this ability here is very, very good, as it gives you that projectile. And again, it only takes a couple of these to actually kill somebody, especially the backline healers that you'll be going after. So just make sure you're taking full advantage of this. Now, the next ability we got to talk about is going to be called Stepping Disc. And with this, you jump through a stepping disc, teleporting in short distance in the direction of movement. You become invincible while teleporting, man. Now, this is a dash casting. The average speed will be 12 meters a second. The maximum distance will be 10 meters. The combo ability casting window will be 3 seconds. and your cooldown will be 6 seconds, man. You get 2 charges on this. The special effect, Magik is invincible while moving. And special effect 2, Magik can perform a combo ability within a certain time frame, choosing either Eldritch Whirl or Demon's Rage. So as you can see, when you pop this, you will step into the stepping disc, and as you come out, you will see to the right of your cursor the casting ability window, which will give you 3 seconds to initiate any of the 2 abilities you see there on the screen. Now, this ability here is very good for get out of jail free card, as it does allow you to become invincible for a period of time while going in and getting and moving across the arena. Now, but you will mostly be using these in order to initiate your next 2 abilities. Outside of that, but you can use it as a get out of jail free card, or the best way to enter a fight is with this. Now, we're going to go ahead and get into these abilities that this here actually initiates, and the first one's going to be called Demon's Rage. And with this, you summon a limbo demon that attacks enemies after exiting a stepping disc. This is a Cupid spell field in melee range. The damage will be 20 damage per hit. The attack speed is 0.25 seconds per hit. The range is length 6.5 meters. The width will be 3 meters. The height will be 3 meters. The maximum duration for summons will be 4 seconds. And the summon's health will be 100, man. Now, as you can see, when you pop this here, you will come out and place a demon. The demon will sit there, and right in front of them, you will see them slashing away at the enemies. When you are in base form, the slashes will look like yellow, like this here, and they do the 20 damage per hit. Now, when you are in Dark Child form and you do this ability again, you will pop out the same type of demon, except this time you will see that the slashes are red and they take up a much bigger area of effect in which they do damage. So, and they do more damage than the original version. So again, when you're doing this, you probably just want to kind of throw these out. If you're entering into a fight, you'll probably do the stepping disc your way in. As you come out of the disc, you'll probably place this down so that it constantly gets some damage out. Now, I'm not going to lie, I don't really see too many Magics actually using this option coming out of the stepping disc. Even while I was playing, I really didn't see too many uses as using this, as I feel the other option is way better and just way more useful. Speaking of that, the other ability coming out of the stepping disc is going to be called Eldritch Whirl. And with this, you spin while swinging the soul sword after exiting a stepping disc. This is a cylindrical spell field in melee range. The damage will be 45. And the range is a cylindrical spell field with a radius of 6 meters and a height of 5 meters, man. Now, as you can see, when you come out the stepping disc, if you initiate this ability here, you will come out swinging the sword. And as you come out, you will actually cover a very vast area, and it allows you to hit multiple people at one time. Now, this will be the main ability you'll be using coming out of the stepping disc, as I believe this ability hits the most enemies possible and gets out the most damage possible. So, also notice, when you are in Dark Child form and you do this ability here, when you come out, you will actually swing and hit the people multiple times with one swing, therefore doing more damage, and I believe even the attack field becomes slightly bigger. So again, when you're in Dark Child form, this is probably one of the bigger moves you want to use, as you'll want to stepping disc your way into the fight, come out doing this whirl, and you will pretty much hit the entire enemy team if you were to step your way into it. It'll pretty much hit every single one of them, dealing all kinds of nice damage to them. Now, this move here is very, very good. This is the move you will primarily be using coming out of your stepping disc. And again, it just does more damage, has a bigger area of effect, and it allows you to be mobile as the demon stays in that place that you place him. So again, this will probably be the more used ability coming out of your stepping disc. Now, the final thing we got to talk about is going to be these team-ups. She does have one. Hers is going to be called Dismasker. With this, when Magik is on the field, Black Panther and Psylocke can tap into Limbo to rewind a few seconds back to a previous position. After passing through Limbo, Black Panther and Psylocke will gain bonus health based on missing health, man. And with this, Magik receives a team-up bonus, and that'll be a 15% damage boost, man. Now, with this ability here, as you can see, it does allow both Psylocke and Black Panther to essentially get a get out of jail free card button. in which they will come back to a previous position that they used it, and they will gain some health based off the health that they lost. Now, this ability here actually is pretty good, as it gives 2 dive characters get out of jail free cards while granting them a health regen in a sense. But ultimately, I don't know if you'll have these 3 on the same team at one time, as I've rarely seen having these 2 or even these 3 on the team at one time. Even when I was playing with her, very rare that I see this team up happen. I don't really see too many of these team ups going on. But again, that's just me. Maybe this is actually up there. I'll probably give this like a C tier, as again, I don't think you would really be seeing these kind of characters teamed up that often to really take advantage of it. But other than that, it does give them a really good get out of jail free card, and ultimately it gives Magik a 15% damage boost, which you can't complain about, man. Now, all in all, Magik is a very, very hard dive DPS to deal with, especially one that knows how to hit all their attacks, as with not only messing up the back lines, but gaining bonus health while dealing out massive amounts of damage. It's just annoying to deal with, and when she's stepping through those discs, it's hard for you to even hit the girl. So now when she's gaining health, you can't even hit her half the time. But if you do like flanking and you're mad or getting tired of so-called healers not healing you, this is one of the few dive DPS flankers that actually have a really good passive to help keep her alive. So you should go ahead, pick her up, and check her out, man. But this has been another one of them character breakdowns, and I hope y'all enjoy that, man. But as always, please like, comment, subscribe, follow, share, become a supporter, and catch me streaming on Facebook Gaming and Twitch at DatBoyETV. Now, catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace.